Hi, and welcome to the Design for Educators course. The course is designed to equip you with the skills you require to embrace the opportunities that e-learning offers. That's the starting point. However, the most important outcome will be giving you a template to plan and enhance your career using more of a visual learning approach. Over the duration of the course, we'll discuss new innovations in education and how that impacts on the role of the educator. We'll look at ways of evaluating media resources so visual media can be used more effectively in educational delivery. I'll introduce visual learning theory and techniques that will be useful for creating your own visual content. I'll show you some useful media skills for creating learning objects such as graphics and video. And finally, we'll discuss how to use media platforms to promote your career. At the end of the course, you'll have the skills and knowledge to confidently create visual learning material that can be incorporated in both facilitated and e-learning environments. Ultimately, this is about enhancing the learning experience for our students.
In a moment, we'll take a look at the current trends in education delivery. Just before we do that though, I'd like to illustrate the intent of the course. This course is all about the relationship between the educator and the learner and how you communicate with each other. We have the traditional communication methods that involve discussion, prescribing textbooks, data projection, using whiteboards and blackboards, printing out material, and even just communicating using simple visuals on paper. It's likely you're using a combination of these methods in your own delivery. More recently, the use of technology has provided more opportunities for delivery. This includes using computers, linking to websites, prescribing e-texts, and using mobile devices such as tablets and phones. Our objective is to encourage educators to use more of a visual approach, irrespective of the combination of delivery options you choose. Visual learning will help to engage our learners in a format that's relevant to them. It's also the intention of the course to provide skills on how to instruct learners to develop their own visual material suitable for assessment submission and communication amongst their peers. In my experience, this can empower learners that are visual thinkers. Visual learning doesn't have to mean full-scale graphic design for an e-learning course. It may just mean using some new visual techniques to communicate on a whiteboard or even paper. By embracing even a few simple visual learning techniques, there'll be a positive impact on your career and a more engaging experience for your students. Okay, so let's get down to business. It's my position that your career will be enhanced if you embrace visual learning and gain media development skills to complement the professional skills you already have. You may agree or disagree with this position. In this first module, I'd like to open that up for discussion. To back up my statement, I'll briefly discuss how educational delivery has evolved. In the past, there's been a concentration on using text to communicate. I know this fluctuates depending on disciplines being taught, but generally speaking, prescribed texts have been used to deliver content. In my experience, one of the hardest things is actually getting students to read the prescribed text. That brings us to the current point in time. Most disciplines still prescribe textbooks, and rightly so. However, this is changing with more media being available to supplement how content is delivered and more platforms available to deliver that media. There's also an expectation from students that more media is used. Dot points in PowerPoint aren't really cutting it anymore. That brings us to the shift that's occurring at the moment. New platforms are offering vast amounts of information and tuition in a format students want. Online platforms such as YouTube and lynda.com have a profound impact on student expectations in educational content delivery. Most of this content is visually based. So I'm putting forward the notion that there will be a visualization of education as we head into the future. The main driver of this change is student expectations. In a world of evolving technology, a higher use of visual media translates to more engaged students. So based on these changing circumstances, there are a number of exciting opportunities for you to enhance your career. Firstly, you'll be able to design a professional development strategy based on your own assessment of where educational delivery is heading in the future. There's also the opportunity to enhance your delivery in the classroom and online environments. As we progress through the course, I'll be providing practical methods to produce educational graphics and even animations and video if you're inspired to do so. And finally, there's the opportunities to source high-quality media resources from around the world. I'll show you the techniques I use to evaluate and incorporate visual learning material from multiple sources into facilitated and online programs. So this course provides support to you as you incorporate visual and media development skills into your professional development strategy. As mentioned in the course Induction, this will be divided into soft skills such as graphic design, instructional design, and technical design. Then there'll be hard skills such as using software and developing systems. Now that we've had a brief look at how educational delivery is evolving, I'd like to let you know about the activities and resources available to you. The idea is that you view a short video, such as this one, for each topic, and then you jump into the discussion forums and have a chat with others about the topic presented. As educators, you'll know all too well this is where the most effective learning will take place as you engage with your peers in discussion. There's also a selection of links available for you to investigate should you feel the need. Finally, there's an optional practical activity that you may choose to undertake. I'll be providing resources, such as the spreadsheet attached to this topic, for the practical activity. These resources provide you with the templates and tools to plan and practice skills as we progress. This first spreadsheet is pretty simple. Basically, you have a list of tasks applicable to you as an educator on the left. This is by no means an exhaustive list, so feel free to add or subtract where you feel necessary. Then there's a list of soft and hard skills applicable to educators. This quick exercise allows you to build media development skills into your own professional development strategy. All you need to do is mark down which skills you already have. This leaves you with a list of skills you may or may not want to pursue as part of professional development. Understand you can develop visual learning using Word, Excel, or PowerPoint. It's not a prerequisite to extend beyond these packages. However, if you do want to develop higher level media skills, I'll be showing you a pathway to do so. This first exercise is high level. We'll build more detail into this spreadsheet in subsequent topics. I'll also provide a description for skill areas. So don't worry too much now if you don't fully understand some of the specific roles such as instructional design. As we progress, you'll construct a visual map of your professional development strategy. Thanks for taking the time to view this video. I'll look forward to touching base with you in the discussion forum.